from Oregon's Constant Gardener. Welcome to the OCG Fam Show. What's going on? Let me know in the comments. We'll talk about it. So before we get going, let's just recap a little bit. We're working on the tent grow. We're growing some exotic peppers, and when we had seedlings and little teenagers, we were using this guy, a T5 8-light fixture. Actually, it's a 7-light fixture. This guy's broken here, but it was working just fine for its purposes. But then, as we got a little bigger with the plants, we wanted to get a little more light in there, see if we could get things going a little faster, get a little more growth, a little more yield. So we went to that guy, a Sun System LEC630, and it was awesome, but we were getting a lot more heat and we couldn't get our humidity up. So we were trying to figure that out when Stabby McStabwood said, hey, why don't you just throw an LED in there, solve the whole problem, you won't have all that heat. Now, I wasn't sure about that because I think this probably puts out more powerful light than the LED, gives us more growth, but I thought, hey, what the heck, as far as, let's just throw one in there because I happen to have one, see how it affects the environmental controls, see what happens. So we threw one in there. That was a couple days ago. Why don't we go on over and see what happened with it? After we had our LEC all dialed in, had it just like we liked it as best as we could at that point, we were at 76.3 degrees and 50% humidity. So let's see if we've made any improvement by putting the LED in there. Oh, we've had some growth, I'll tell you that for sure. 66.9 degrees and 63% humidity. Big improvement in humidity, and as far as the temperature, I think it might even be a little too low. We may have to bump the temperature up a little bit, but more than that, these guys, they look healthy to me, and they look like they've got some new growth, and I can definitely tell they're taller than they were a couple days ago. They kind of jumped up, so feeling pretty good about this. So let's close this vent up a little bit here and see how that affects our temperature. Been a couple hours, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up the feeding for today, and then we'll check the tent, see where it's at as far as the temperature and humidity when we do the feeding. And what we're doing for the feeding is we're in the late vegetative stage. 2 teaspoons of Medusa's Magic, 2 teaspoons of Gaia Mania, 2 teaspoons of Athena's Aminas, 1 teaspoon of Demeter's Destiny, 1 tablespoon of Herculean Harvest, and 1 teaspoon of Zeus Juice. I think that's working pretty well for us, but I do want to start pushing harder. I think what we'll do is we'll do this today. We'll do it tomorrow, and then we've got our flush, and then hopefully before the end of that, we'll have talked to Scott Ostrander from Nectar for the Gods, about what we should be doing to be pushing a little harder on this. Before I open it up, I'm going to check the temp and the humidity. Looks like we got 71.2 degrees Fahrenheit and 65% humidity. Looking pretty good. I moved things around a little bit, and I took 2 of the guys out. One of the Oribe Casadas and one of the Coyote Zans. So I just felt like we didn't have enough room in here. I wanted to be able to stretch out and grow. So I don't know what we'll do with those 2 other guys. They'll either go downstairs to the room down there, or maybe to the great beyond of chaos from which they were evoked. So I think we're looking pretty good. I'm going to fill up the humidifier and close this up, and I think we'll call it a day. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments. And if you have any questions for Scott, we are going to get to that viewer questions episode, probably going to be tomorrow for that. So questions about Nectar, stuff for Scott Ostrander from Nectar for the Gods, in the comments. What you think, how we're doing with this, what you think we should do next, let me know. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. For more information about anything on today's show, go to our website, OCGFAM.com. And if you buy anything while you're there, use the discount code FAM20. It's going to save you 20%, and it's a lot of fun. The OCG Fam Show, it's pretty good. It happens every day. It's the OCG Fam Show. See you tomorrow.